the hype wave. We want to bring a little clarity to that today, and there is a lot of excitement around the breed, and it's making huge waves across the nation. But on the flip side of that, there are waves being made that aren't necessarily in a good way. So we just want to talk about some of that, get some light shed on things, and
Just share a real world experience
yes,
about what this breed did for us. When he says hype, he's meaning that people are saying that people are overhyping this breed, that it's not really performing, it's not doing as what it should have done, or what it is capable of, I
right.
should say. So we just want to give you guys our story and why that this breed is so important to us.
It's when you hear game changer, it is literally just that for us. It
Yeah.
brought us from the bottom where we didn't know how we were even going to make our farm payments to where we are today. And
Heavy on the didn't know.
really, really heavy. Really, the struggle is real.
So in 2000, I don't even know what year we had a house fire.
Yeah.
So we're going to back you guys up before house fire. So before our house fire, my husband had cow calf pair operation. He
Yes.
was heavy into the stockers. We had cattle and feedlots all over, scattered all over the nation. I was very, very heavy into the horse industry. We were both busy,
We had a
beyond busy,
sawmill
and we also had
in
a
the midst of
sawmill.
that.
And it was how far away?
It was 100 miles one way.
He would get up every morning at 3:30.
Yep.
And I also had in the process of this had went to nursing school, graduated. I was working full time. I don't even know when I slept during nursing school because I would go to school all week and I'd come home on the weekends. We'd process cattle all weekends and then I would go back to work and we were just walking zombies.
Yes. Yes.
Literally, we were walking zombies, and we kept feeling this push that God was pushing us in a different direction. But when your identity is so in depth in something and it's what you're used to, you don't know how to change that. You don't know how to become somebody else.
Yes.
So there were subtle hints along the way.
And we had even both said, like, we have to slow down.
We didn't have a marriage. We
No, no.
literally had a business partnership. Like we lived in the same house. We were hustling for our own businesses, our own futures, our own everything, helping each other in the process. But in that, the only time that we really did get to see each other and the one thing that we enjoyed but we didn't have enough time to do was sheep.
Yep.
We had about 30 head of sheep, wool sheep, Barbados sheep, St. Croix, pygmy billies out there. Like there we had a variety of stock out there.
Yes.
So, but we had about 30 head of them. And when I was growing up, we had about 300 black faced wool sheep. And my husband, you were always trading something.
Oh, yeah.
Always at a sale,
Yeah.
always trading his friends, always in the sheep and goat industry, but never, we had never grew the numbers that we have now. We always just had them for short term going through. So
Right.
when I was in nursing school, that's something we also did on the side just for extra income was we would go to the sales, stay all night. Most of the time he had been at the sawmill all day.
Mm-hmm.
Was too tired. We'd drive and meet. I'd been nursing school. We would sleep in the parking lots because we were too tired to drive home. Lord, but we had to have that because we have kids and a family and we're growing businesses and all the things. And so with that being said, we had just never had sheep that we kept for long periods of time.
Well, we never done it for a income.
Our sheep were pets.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, we love sheep. It was part of our heritage. It was mine. I had my great grandma had purchased many farms around southern Missouri with sheep. Her sister or her aunt or somebody had actually got burnt out, left her family, ran up into the mountains to be a shepherdess. She never came back, and so been there a few times. Uh, but with that being said, the sheep that we had were very different than the sheep that we have now.
100%.
So we say all this to say that we're leading up to where the house fire happened. So we had the house fire and we lost everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Not sheep was involved in that, but small ruminants because the day of our house fire is a little funny. It was not funny at the time, but ran in because I'm like, oh my gosh, all my horse papers, the house is on fire. It's like the one thing I got to get. I run and grab these papers, run back out, risk my life through all the smoke, all the fire, all the everything to get these. And I run back out, and a goat that you had bought when I come back out of the house had ate all of them. Like,
Oh,
it literally had ate my horse papers, and the goat didn't stay around long after that. But so small room has always been part of our history, good, bad, or ugly. But after the fire, we decided that we had to come together. We got hit with some pretty heavy news just a couple days after the house fire. We had been in a partnership for your whole life, and then mine just during our married time, and so some things arose, and it led us to we just lost everything. We slept or we lived in a camper for what, 4 months,
yeah,
5 months.
right at 4 months.
Thank the Lord. We had a friend who had donated that to us. We tried many houses, nothing came through. We still had our horses and we still had all of our businesses and everything, but after the fire, everything, it was just wrong. Everything, nothing felt right. It was, we mourned. It was literally, when you walked outside, I remember the next morning, some of you are probably getting really emotional to this. But the next morning, I remember going out and it was cool that morning, and I thought, oh, I need a flannel, and turning around and there was nothing.
Yep.
And like, you get humbled, and I mean humbled quick.
It's a wave of emotions that you can't prepare yourself for, and nobody should have to. But it's just tough. It's tough. There's no other way to put it. But
We lost everything from loved ones that we had. Everything was gone.
mhm.
And so, moving past that, we tried to get a few houses. Nothing was working out. We're just lost, completely lost. Some issues that come up and some more in-depth things we won't go into. But to say that rock bottom we hit, nobody will ever understand. Thanks to a good friend at the bank and us working our tails off, we were able to purchase the place we live at now. But at that time, we had no more cattle. We didn't have the land to run the stockers anymore. The horses were, I battled it out for a couple of years. Just my identity was gone.
It's tough.
Oh,
It's tough.
it was dark. Gosh, it was dark. I just felt like God was pulling us away, and I was trying to fight. And every turn in the horse industry, I was just hitting a brick wall. But it was all that I'd known. The sawmill, we had to move away from our family, from all of our families, and so we moved to West Plains. We found this house. My sister had sent it to me, and we come here. And the second we turned on this driveway, I knew. I think I called you that day and said I
You
found
did.
our forever home.
You did.
But I wish I could say that life was hunky dory and everything changed from that moment on. But that's when the rough really started. So we didn't have any help. We didn't know anybody. We had this house. It was during COVID. There was no properties for sale. We'd already tried everything around what we knew. So it was just me and you.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided that you couldn't go to the sawmill anymore. Like, that was just not feasible anymore. The way that we had moved, the roads were way bad, and it was just me here and all the kids and the school back and forth and trying to earn a living. We didn't even know how we were going to earn a living. That was another thing. Everything that we had built for our farm and our operation and everything was gone. We didn't have a round pen. We didn't have nothing. If you break horses, one of the biggest things for us and the selling point of why our business was so productive at Eminence was because we were on 2 rivers. We rode horses all day long on the river. There's no trails here. We're boxed in. This is a complete rectangle of a farm. You got highway, gravel, and neighbor. So what we used to be able to do in our program was no longer available to us either. So we decided that we were going to sell the sawmill, which was hard for you.
Very hard.
Letting go of cattle was hard.
Oh, yes. Yes.
When you go from a sawmill owner and owning cattle to a sheep farmer, there is a pride factor that you fight, is there not?
about that big.
hmm
It's
It was hard.
definitely a change.
He was not on board with
I
the
fought
sheep.
it tooth and nail.
He's trying to figure out how we're going to run stalkers on this place, and we're just going to dry lot the whole thing. And you tried to pitch it every which way.
I did, and you wasn't hearing it.
So fast forwarding, we sold the sawmill, and we at this point had invested every ounce of everything that we had from the house fire, from businesses, from anything, into paying off our place, because that's our ultimate goal, financial freedom. Because that was another thing. In the beginning of this, we were debt free on our place. We had worked really hard, debt free, and now we're in debt.
Yep.
Now we're in debt. We have no incomes. The cattle's gone. The horses are gone. The sawmill's gone. And we decided that for me to stay home, you were going to work off property, but for me to stay home, we still had to have an income, and we took all that money. And what did we do?
We bought sheep.